Hi, my name is Hannah Bath, and today I'll be talking about environmental ethics. What is environmental ethics? Environmental ethics is a discipline and philosophy that studies the moral relationship of human beings, to the value and moral status of the environment and its non-human context. While there's been numerous philosophers written about this topic throughout history, this discipline basically started in the 1960s when the effects that technology of the industrial system, including technology, economic expansion, and population growth, were having on the environment. Environmental ethics believe that humans are not part of society, as well as other living creatures, which includes plants and animals. These are a very important part of the world and are considered to be a functional part of human life. Did you know that us humans are destroying the environment? Well, not to be surprised, but us humans in our everyday lives tend to destroy the environment somehow. When it comes to factories, chemical residues spilling on water and land, us human beings are responsible for these. Now, what environmental ethics are basically trying to show us is that since we create all these issues, we should be the ones to solve them as well. Which sounds like a lot, but can be easy because we know how to prevent them. And if we're able to create them, I'm pretty sure we're able to solve them as well. The value of the environment and issues. Now, when it comes to the environment, there are many values that come to it. The environment has the value because it helps people reach some ends to it. For example, food, shelter, clothing, medicine, environment, and even entertainment. Now, one issue that we all tend to have is climate change, and when it comes to climate change, it includes global warming, fossil fuels, sea levels rising, the greenhouse gas, and then it comes to conservation, which includes habitat destruction, species being extinct, and then energy conservation, renewable energy, and then we have resources that include consumers with fishing, logging, mining, toxins, which include CFC, DDT, heavy metals, pesticides, toxic waste, and when it even comes to waste, includes littering, landfill, and recycling. Now, when it comes to the man has mortality towards nature, we should know that we are able to cause permanent damage to the landscape and resources and the ecosystem. We should know that we're the ones that cause them. And we should also know that we are the ones responsible to prevent and have remedies towards these. Now, when it comes to the three branches of environmental ethics, now there are more branches that come to it which will be explained later. But for now, the three main ones that we will be talking about, and excuse me if I do pronounce them wrong, are anthropocentrism, biocentrism, and ecocentrism. Now, the study of anthropocentrism ethics holds the value have moral value, that the human beings tend to have more of the value, and then non-anthropocentric ethics grants moral standing to such natural objects such as animals, plants, and landscape. Now, the two that are contrasting right now, I will explain in a second why. But down below, as you can see, there are a picture of a man and a woman, and down below, nature's finest below them. What they're basically trying to say, how us humans have goals in lives and have motivation and tend to have more of a practical realization towards life versus these animals, which in some cases practically is true. But we should be treating animals and plants as landscapes all equally because we do tend to share this earth. Now, this is where the ethics part comes in because we're all the same and we all are sharing the same resources, which environmental ethics is basically trying to show in this example. Now, Biocentric ethic. An individual biocentric ethic recognizes value in everything. Basically, what this is trying to say, that biocentrism does not apply the idea equality among the animal kingdom, for no notation can be observed in nature. Biocentric thoughts is a nature-based, not human-based. Basically, what they're trying to say, that everything that values in humans also involves in nature. An ethical point of view extends inherits the value of all living things. It's the understanding of the Earth's work, and it relates to biodiversity, which in some cases is very true. Species are not living. The species that are not living, some argue that it's not possible to approach because the species, yet again, are not living, which in some cases is true and false. Now, when it comes to ecocentrism, all aspects of the environment, both living and non-living, inherit the value. They're more likely to distrust technology and view nature as having a control society rather than being it the other way around. For example, they would view the world as having very infinite natural capital which should be protected than rather exploited. They're more likely to stand against large scales of productions and corporations. Some believe that nature has more value than humanity. Now this is extreme deep ecology, which we will get in more into later. And also, they believe that the ecology is too complex for humans to fully understand, therefore they won't be able to very much manage it. Now, these are the same ecocentrisms that they believe that are more likely to distrust technology. Now, deep ecology, an environmental philosophy and a social movement based in beliefs that humans must radically change their relationship to nature and one's nature's society for its usefulness to human beings and to ones that recognize nature has to inherit the value. Core beliefs, like humanity, the living environment as a whole has the same right to live and flourish. Deep ecology describes itself as deep because it persists in asking deeper questions concerning why or how, thus is this concerned with the fundamental philosophical questions about impacts on human life as one part of the ecosphere, rather than having a narrow view of the ecological as a branch of a biological science. Now we are going to go into ecofeminism. Now we've all must have heard the term that, Mother Nature, woman, this and that. Now what ecofeminism is, it explores the domination of nature and the domination of women that may stem from the same resources and the same way of seeing the world. Now this movement that started in 1997 was not trying to say that women are dominant or tend to have more power. But what they're basically trying to say is how men tend to be more dominant on women, and that's how us humans are trying to be more dominant on nature. They're honestly here trying to make a point and trying to solve here an issue, which they're using feminism, which I genuinely believe is honestly a great way to put it and see the fact. Now this tends to create more respect, not just in women, but viewing on how things are working. Now, why is this important? Well, this gives us a way to be more aware about what's going on and how disruptive us humans can be. We are putting our own values and our own ethics that we would tend to do in each other and us humans, but instead towards nature, and valuing and respecting each part of it, either if it comes to an animal, comes to a human being, or comes to anything else. Because us as humans, It's our duty to be respectful and ethical about most of these things. Now, this is a really good topic, and I'm really glad I got to learn and more info about it. I hope you guys have a good understanding about this topic and realizing the worth of nature, and we should save the planet. Thank you.